First tonight, every year, many Irish mobile phone users complain about mysterious charges appearing on their bills for premium rate tech services that they don't remember signing up for and never wanted anyway. Well, one of the companies responsible for sending these texts is based right here in Dublin. Tadhg Enright has this report.
There are now more mobile phone numbers than people in Ireland, and it's a long time since they were just used for talking. The smartphone is fast becoming a way to pay for things, and that means sharing your data with a whole range of service providers. So are we happy to let these companies have direct access to our wallets? Well, the truth is, they already have it. For example, you can text donate to a charity and the donation is charged to your phone bill. Or you subscribe to a service you want, like weather updates, and again, you pay with your phone bill. These are called premium text services, and they are a useful and legitimate business model, allowing you to buy services through your phone. But almost 4,000 people complained to the communications regulator last year about various premium service providers, and the Consumer Show was heard from some unhappy phone users about one such company.
My wife Sinead, she noticed that her bill 1 month was a bit high, so it's usually around 35 a month, and this month it was up in 55, 60. We said we'd have a look at our bill, and we noticed there was a few text messages to premium number, and they were being charged over €2 per text.
It's incredible here. You look at it, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not even sent, seconds or minutes. I mean, they're all at exactly the same time.
Yeah.
Each for just over €2.
What I did then was I went on to Google and I typed in the number that it was being sent to, which is a 5-digit premium text number, and instantly could see that there was lots of other Irish people getting hit with this too.
A company called Zamino is the Irish-based provider who charged for sending the texts. It refunded the money, but told Finbar Sinead must have clicked on a pop-up ad.
I don't know about you, but even if I accidentally click on a pop-up advert, I don't expect to be charged a tenner for clicking on an advert. That was kind of what got me. I was like, how is this happening and how is this allowed to happen?
Colin McKeown in Sligo is another consumer who says he can't remember signing up to receive expensive texts.
Suddenly this 5703 number pops up with a text, and then immediately afterwards another text welcoming to this thing called App Mobile Portal. Now, having known that there's been premium numbers like this, and sometimes that they do charge you, I copied and pasted the text into Google and searched and found lots of other people who had the same problem. Everyone had identified that this number and this text was coming from one company called Zamino. And then after a couple of correspondence with them, they admitted that it was €15 had been charged, so that's $7.50 per text.
And have they at any stage explained how they got your number?
In the text it says you have registered for App Mobile. That's what they have identified as the source of it, but they can't tell me any more than that.
But you have got your money back. So why are you so upset about this, or still upset about this?
Being able to complain about it and get a refund isn't sufficient.
Because you shouldn't have to fight so hard to get your money back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Robert Griffin in Dublin had a similar story to tell. He noticed €45 in charges on his bill from the same premium services company.
So I found out the name of the company, so it's called Zamino, and they gave me a refund straight away. And I asked them, how did they get my number? So they sent me a log file, and they sent me a screenshot of a kids game.
And had you subscribed?
No. A month later, I was watching my 4-year-old playing with a game on the phone, and I just saw, at the corner of my eye, saw a browser window open, one more button, and it would have cost me something like €15 or something.
So Rob, you took a picture, didn't you, of this game that Cian was playing?
Well, this is the game Talking Tom, and I just saw this up at the top.
Win €500 worth of Tesco vouchers. This is for over 18s only, and here it is being advertised in a game that's clearly aimed at children.
A child's going to press it, and they're not going to read the terms and conditions.
Tesco Ireland told us it has no involvement in the competition for over 18s in Talking Tom, while Outfit 7, the maker of the game, said it has a strict policy to ensure that ads are age appropriate and it removes anything inappropriate as quickly as possible. With Zamino cropping up in our 3 cases, I took a closer look at the company. According to its 2013 annual report, Zamino effectively withdrew from its operations in the United States because of additional regulatory constraints. In the UK, regulation had a negative impact on revenue levels. Plus, between 2010 and 2014, Zamino was fined a total of £90,000 by the UK's premium rate regulator for breaching its code of practice. The consumers we met say they still don't understand how they found themselves signed up for premium services by Zamino. So we asked a consumer law expert about their complaints.
I would want the service provider to provide me with how they got my information.
And if they can't provide those answers, why should money be taken for absolutely no reason that they understand
Well, that
and have to seek a refund?
That shouldn't happen, of course. You know, you should only have any monies taken from you with informed consent, not just consent, informed consent.
That's the key phrase, isn't it? Informed consent. What exactly does that mean?
Signing, opting in, yes, I want to receive other direct marketing from you, or yes, I want to sign up for a premium rate service. Yes, I am aware it has a recurring charge, and every time I get an alert or a message from you, that SMS message is going to cost me money.
We got in touch with Zamino, which is based in this office block behind me, to ask about our consumers' complaints. Could they explain how these people were signed up to pay for this service without realising they'd done so? And how did they give what the law calls informed consent? We wrote a letter to Zamino to ask that key question, and some others too, about Finbar, Colin and Robert's complaints. The company replied, Zamino is licensed and approved in the UK and Ireland as a mobile premium rate service provider. It complies fully with Data Protection Acts. It offers a highly accredited customer service process, which includes a speedy resolution of customer issues if and when they arise. The company values its clients and customers and takes most seriously its duty of care to users of its services. It does not and is not in a position to discuss individual cases, especially where the matters raised by the Consumer Show have been addressed and resolved directly with the customers involved. And what about mobile users who don't pay such careful attention to their bills? Could you be paying for premium rate text messages that you know nothing about? And if so, should there be tougher rules to protect you?
Well, I'm joined now by Barbara Delaney, Director of Consumer and Retail Services with Comreg. Barbara, thank you very much for coming into us this evening.
You're very welcome.
What we saw there, the actions of this company, Zamino, is that against the rules, what they're doing?
What seems to be happening here is these customers are not, as your legal expert talked about, getting informed consent, and the question is, what did they actually see or sign up to? Comreg, when it gets complaints about that nature, it is investigating consumers who do not seem to have got informed consent.
But just to be clear, I mean,
yes.
we saw three cases there. We had
yes.
Colin, we had Finbar and we had Robert. Are you investigating these?
Unfortunately, it wouldn't be something that I could comment on to you now.
So from a legal point of view, you can't tell us whether or not you're investigating
I think that
Zamino.
would be fair to say, but I think even if consumers have raised issues with us and those issues have been resolved, if we are concerned about practice, we will definitely investigate and take action. We have taken action. Just very recently, we've directed another company, Dragonfly, to issue 390,000 refunds to 12,000 customers. So we actually are very proactive in this area.
Do you think that your rules are strict enough?
We are monitoring and proactively changing the code. I think at this point the rules are adequate. We are currently looking at all the practices that are happening in the market.
So you say that the rules are adequate, but it's the enforcement is the problem?
What I'm saying is that there are rules there. What we have to find out in the small number of cases that are arising at this time, what has exactly happened? Have they breached the rules or have they not? And that is something that is underway with Comreg.
In the US, the Federal Trade Commission there is recommending that no third party should be able to take money from a mobile phone
yes.
bill.
Yeah.
Would you recommend that here?
It is something that we are looking to other markets, what's happening there, and taking best practice on board. On a yearly basis, we're looking at the code. We're also looking at data privacy legislation. So, you know, as I say, it's in train.
It is in train, so do you think it
The
will
review,
happen?
our review is
Your
in train,
review,
yes.
okay, so it's some way
Our
off yet
procedure
if-
is a public consultation on these matters. So again, I think that it would be very beneficial for consumers to give their view on these particular matters when we do consult on them.
Barbara, thank you very much for coming in.
You're very welcome.